What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, How to Cook. And today we are making pineapple honey salmon in the kitchen. Fast, easy, and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not. And turn on the post notifications so you won't miss any of the upload. And for all I'm returning goodie, on the don't know, set on a girl loving her. Are you ready for cook? Well, come on, let's cook. To get started, in a container, you're going to add salt and pepper. Then to the salt and pepper, you're going to add onion powder and garlic powder. To that, you will add turmeric powder or curry powder and ginger powder. Then you're going to add some red pepper flakes and paprika, fresh garlic, and jerk season for added flavor. Green seasoning, any fish seasoning or all-purpose seasoning of your choice, and definitely some oil. I'm using avocado oil. You can always substitute out the avocado oil of your choice. Now you want to go in and add some lemon or lime juice and give it a good mix, just like I'm doing here. Everything that I'm using for today's recipe will be listed in the description. You want to go ahead and set it aside and move on to your salmon. Now I have washed and cleaned my salmon with salt, lemon juice, and vinegar. And after I've done that, I'm going to go in and give it a nice dry to remove all the excess liquid from the fish. So that way, once I start to season my salmon, the seasons will go right on in and not run off, if that makes any sense, okay? Now for this recipe, you could use any amount of fish that you're needing to use. I'm using 4 slices today of salmon for this particular recipe. Make sure that you're liking the video thus far, okay? Now all you have to do is very simple. Just go in and pour out that really good, delicious smelling, flavorful seasoning marinade that you just mixed on top of your salmon like so. But you also want to make sure once you season your salmon, you want to be sure that it goes into the very cracks of the salmon. And also you want to separate it and get the seasonings on the side of the fish, just like so. Make sure that you season your fish really, really good so that you will have the best result, the best flavor in your kitchen every time straight. Now, after you've done that, you could always go ahead and let it sit for however long. For me, I give it 30 minutes, but you could do this overnight. You could do this for 2 hours. Or ever long. Just go ahead and season it and put it aside, and when you're ready to cook, you just go ahead and cook. But for me, I'm always on the clock, click clock, so it is 30 minutes for me. That is how it looks, perfectly seasoned, you guys. Really filled with flavor right here. So I covered it up with plastic wrap and set it aside and let it marinate and do what it needs to do for 30 minutes. OMG, this thing is so good, y'all. This is the type of recipe that is really quick to do in your kitchen any day of the week, but trust me, full of flavor. Now after that 30 minutes or whatever I'm doing while my fish is really getting marinated, I'm moving along, adding my oil into the pot. I did go ahead and add the avocado oil, and again, you could substitute for whatever kind of oil that you choose to use in your kitchen, okay? I did start off my fish with the skin side down first, okay? And then I allowed it to do for a few minutes, maybe 6 minutes or so, and then I turned it on the other side with my fire at a medium heat. Now you don't want to overcook salmon, all right? You want it to be nice and tender on the outside, but having a nice little flavor on the outside, but nice and soft and juicy. You know what I'm talking about on the inside, okay? So after it's been going for, I'd say maybe 5-6 minutes on each side, go ahead and remove that and let that sit aside and chill and wait. Now look how juicy that fish is. Perfect. And again, make sure that your fire is at a medium heat because you don't want to burn the seasoning. The seasoning will definitely get burned. In that pot is a lot of flavor that's left over. So we're going to wake it up. Let's just say we're going to wake it up. To wake it up, I'm adding some butter. Any kind of butter you have in your home, you go ahead and use that, okay? And so I'm going to add again some garlic. Even though I did add garlic to the fish earlier, we're going to add more garlic because garlic, my darlings, it make everything taste better. So I went ahead and wake up that good flavor in the pot with some garlic and butter, just like so. And again, my fire is at a medium heat. So I went ahead and allowed the butter to melt. All right, very slowly, like so. Now, after everything combines together, and trust me, this flavor, the smell of this thing is doing some things. I already know that my fish is going to be amazing, okay? So when you get to that stage, I want to go ahead and add some pineapple juice. I did add, I'll say about half a cup of pineapple juice. If you don't have pineapple juice, you could definitely use like orange juice to this recipe, okay? But the pineapple juice is better to use because we are making pineapple honey salmon, right? So get you some pineapple, okay, babies? All right, to that, we're going to go in with the honey. I use any kind of a honey, but I only had maybe about 2 tablespoons here or less just to get it started, because we're going to add some more honey to it later on. So go ahead and add some honey to the pineapple juice and your seasons, and that is what you need to have it looking like. But don't forget to add your pineapples, okay? You could chop them up, you could dice them up, however you choose to do it, but you want to add the pineapple right here because the flavor so far is going to go right into the pineapple, and it's going to give it that nice kind of a texture and flavor that you're looking for. Then you go ahead and cover it up for about 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes, you come back. You don't want to burn it. Your fire is still at the medium heat. However, you want to turn it down right here. From medium to, I'll say, low, okay? You want to turn that down. You could see where it's really kind of the sauce is kind of saucy, it's thickening up. It's perfect. The flavors already went into the pineapple, and that is how you want it to be. Make sure, though, you taste it up to see if it exactly the flavor how you want. You could add some additional flavors to it if that's what you like, but trust me, if you follow the recipe, you don't have to add anything else. You are good to go. But just be sure that you turn your fire from a medium heat to a low heat once you add the salmon into the sauce. Go ahead and add it in just like so. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Do not add any water. Don't add any water to this fish, okay? Don't add any water, Giddy, because you're going to take away the flavor. All you want to add is some additional honey on top of your fish. I did go ahead and add some dried chives to it. You could add fresh parsley, dried parsley, oregano, whatever kind of a greenery that you want to add, you go ahead and add it. But I love chives. I have green ones, so I had that to it. And then I just go ahead and just put the sauce on top of that. And I allowed it to cook, I'll say for another, just doing this method for, I'll say another 3 or so minutes, because of course I want my fish to be nice and tender on the inside, very juicy on the inside and not dried up and overcooked. So this is what I did for like 2-3 minutes. Just kept on coating and coating and coating the fish and adding the pineapple on top. And baby, let me tell you something. If you follow this step, you'll get it right the first time, okay? And this is a type of a recipe that you definitely have to try because it is filled with nothing but flavor. After I was done doing all of that coating business for 2 to 3 minutes, this is what we had. It was all done, honey. It was amazing. The only thing that let me go back. You guys may not know, but I have started vegan journey since January, so I'm not able to taste up this fish. This is for my husband. Usually I would go in and taste it up for y'all, but I can't do that, okay? Otherwise, make sure to see it, tell a friend for tell a friend. Tell the man up the road, bring them come goodie, and send them come. Because I'm waiting. You don't want to not try this recipe because you will never forget the flavor on rice and peas, on white rice, on potatoes, on spaghettis. You just eat this up with some baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, whatever you want. But always remember, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!